Good morning. We have with me here is Mayor McCann, Mayor Salka, Mayor Kosling, Representative Jeff Bradley, Chairman County Council Stu Rodman, County Administrator Ashley Jacobs, and Superintendent Frank Rodriguez. We have Coroner Ed Allen also here, and we'll try to answer what questions you may have, but we'll start out by saying that I think everyone in here, for the most part, saw the press conference yesterday evening at 6:30 out of Columbia Emergency Operations Center on SCE TV. Governor called for a mandatory evacuation today at 12 noon. That will go into effect today at 12 noon. Also at 12 noon, the governor also ordered that the lane reversal on US 278 would be in place from Spanish Wells to Moss Creek. That also goes into effect today at 12 noon. Speaking with the Highway Patrol, it's responsible, and DOT responsible for the lane reversals. They will allow free-flowing traffic onto Hilton Head, and also free-flowing traffic in and out of Beaufort County. That will stop if we have a re-entry situation in the next few days, but as the evacuation progresses, starting today at 12 noon, there'll be free-flowing traffic, egress and ingress in Beaufort County and to the barrier islands. With that, I'll turn it over to Colonel Baxley. He'll give you some weather updates and some other points.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. To start with, Beaufort County is at operating condition 1 for all those that get excited about OpCons. What that means is that we have our Emergency Operations Center fully staffed. All of the emergency support functions personnel reported in at 8 o'clock this morning. We'll maintain that through this evening, and then we'll have a minimum crew overnight, and then full staffing again tomorrow morning for the duration of the event. That also means that all of our emergency services, fire departments, EMS, municipal police departments, and the sheriff's office are fully staffed, and we will be augmenting that staffing tomorrow to facilitate the continued evacuation and then going into the storm. The current forecast, according to the National Weather Service, we're looking at the most reasonable arrival of tropical storm force winds, which are sustained 39-mile-per-hour winds, sometime Wednesday morning. We have to, for planning purposes, we work on a timeline, and that timeline is 8 a.m., but that doesn't mean that those winds will arrive exactly at 8 a.m., but they will be Wednesday morning. The current forecast, if you're watching the national weather, the national news, you know that it's a Category 5, an extremely strong Category 5. I think 185-mile-an-hour winds overnight, and it's diminished to about 165 now over the Bahamas. That's a monster. And it is doing tremendous devastation, but it is not anticipated to remain that strong as it begins to move up near the Florida coast and then move up the coast. We are forecasting at this time, the National Weather Service is, a Category 3 storm passing very close offshore to Beaufort County. Now, if you look at the tracks, you see the black line, and that's in the middle of the forecast cone. Don't focus on that black line. That black line is currently forecast to pass about 50 miles offshore. If it jogs just a half a degree left, it's over Beaufort County as a Category 3 storm. So what that means for us right now in the forecast, and this is again subject to change as we've watched them change through many storms and watched this one change, we're looking at 6 to 8 inches of rainfall with some local heavier amounts Wednesday and Thursday. We're looking at 6 to 8 feet of storm surge inundation above normal dry ground. I've got a map up here on the left on the wall, if you can see it, that shows what we call the maximum envelope of water. That's the worst case scenario based on this storm forecast. The red is the deepest water, and that is 9 foot plus, and you can see an awful lot of Beaufort County is encompassed in that red area. Now, a lot of that is marshland and low-lying salt flats that are just inundated when we have a king tide, but you're talking about 9 feet of water above the normally dry ground. There are a lot of areas in Beaufort County we know through experience where they are. Examples, Highway 21 at Village Creek on St. Helena will likely be cut. Highway 21 at the Beaufort County Airport at Ladies Island will likely be cut. Highway 21 at the Gardens Corner intersection will likely be cut where Huspa Creek goes under it. So these areas will be inundated. There are areas down south in the same situation, and we could go on for a while not naming them. That's what we have to plan for, is 100-mile-an-hour winds very close to our shoreline, 100-mile-an-hour plus, Category 3 event, plus 6 to 8 feet of storm surge, plus 6 to 8 inches of rain with locally heavier. That's a pretty good wallop. So we've got the evacuation order in place. It will remain in place going forward. As the sheriff said, we've got free movement right now for folks that need to move about and take care of their business, but they need to be finishing that up and getting out of town before Wednesday morning, the arrival of the weather as anticipated. Shelters. The Jasper County High School shelter will be opening at noontime today to receive folks from Beaufort County that are seeking shelter there. It is pet friendly. You need to bring your own cage, you need to bring your own pet food, and you need to bring a leash for your animal. Those will not be provided. We have a state of emergency in Beaufort County. It was signed yesterday afternoon by the chairman of county council. What that allows us to do is activate our resources and begin moving stuff around. The Highway Patrol, the National Guard, the Triple P, Probation, Pardon, and Parole, the Department of Natural Resources, Department of Transportation, they're all in the county now in good numbers, in excess of several hundred, to support us in this effort. The plan is moving forward as we have rehearsed many times. All the boxes are being checked and everything looks good right now for that. For the reversal part on 278, they're placing the cones now, and at 11:45 they'll do what they call flush the reversal lane. They'll close it off, run a patrol car down through it to make sure there's no traffic still in it going in the normal traffic direction. And then once that happens, they will begin to put the traffic coming off of the toll road, the Cross Island Expressway. It will go into the Contrafo lane, and then when it gets to Moss Creek, it'll be put back on the proper side. Chatham County is also going through an evacuation procedure today, as we are. They will be reversing Interstate 16 at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. That means that traffic from Beaufort County will not be able to access that after 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if you're planning to, if that's your evacuation route or that's what your plan is, you need to go now if you want to access I-16. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to. Okay, that's all I've got for the moment. Sheriff?
Good morning. All Beaufort County government offices will be closed on Tuesday, September 3rd and until further notice, including Parks and Recreation, convenience centers, and all locations of the Beaufort County Library. All public meetings that were scheduled for this week have been canceled, including the County Council Finance Committee and Public Facilities Committee. The Ladies Island Airport will close at noon today. The Hilton Head Airport will be open all day today. They will remain open until the airlines shut down. It'll be dependent on weather. We'll keep you posted on that. Beaufort Memorial Hospital will shelter in place and will be open as long as it is safe to remain open. And the Defusky Island Ferry will operate as long as weather permits. We are coordinating our efforts with our municipalities and with our state and regional partners. Thank you.
Stu?
I don't understand.
Jeff?
Thank you, Sheriff. I just want to take 1 second and thank all you guys for what you've done and the hundreds, if not thousands, of folks that have put themselves out there to get Beaufort County ready for this storm. This is a serious storm, folks. You need to make really good decisions and think about what you're going to do, because you're going to be precluded from having a lot of services after, is it Wednesday? And so just make good decisions, and we're here to try and work on coordinating anything from the state in the way of assets that are available and for you guys' needs. And again, thank you guys for what you've done.
John?
Thank you. Thank you, Sheriff. You know, the state, the county, and the towns are well prepared for this now. I was out in the community yesterday all day, and people are saying we're going to wait to see how the weather turns out. The weather's not going to turn out well. I mean, it's time to make your decisions. It's time to prepare to leave. Do the right thing, not only for yourself, but for your neighbors around and the people who have to respond if things go bad. The Hilton Head Hospital will be closed. It's time to make the move to get out. I ask you very seriously, consider not staying and evacuating according to the governor's request. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Just a couple of updates from yesterday. The town of Bluffton has trash and recycling through Waste Management, they have shut down. So if you have trash that you think you're going to roll to the curb, please do not. Double bag it, leave it in the bin, put it in your garage. Do not put it on the road. We'll get that back up and running as soon as we see what the storm does to all of us. But we are ready. This Sheriff's Department is on it, and we are all on the same page. We're ready. So now we need our residents to be ready, and I see a lot more positive feedback on the social media because they're getting the message and they're getting the information that's correct. And thank you to the media for getting that message out. So we'll keep updating you, stay on our government social media pages, Nixle, and then for the town of Bluffton, our Bluffton Police Department and our town of Bluffton, and we will get that message out. Just be ready. You know, get ready. You know there's an evacuation. Get your needs in place. If you can go. Monitor the storm and make good decisions. So we'll stay in touch.
Good morning. Well, like the others, and thanks to the coordination from Old Faithful, Colonel Baxley, who seems to be on it. We've been through this a number of times. I firmly believe that we're all prepared. And I say, as I said yesterday, it's not us to be prepared right now, it's for the people to be prepared. It's very easy as I stand up here with elected officials to remember how people can discount us or question us. And that's okay, we live with that. What we can't question is nature. We see evidence that it's coming, whether you trust us, whether you want to listen to us. Look at what's happening around. Listen to the threats that my colleagues have presented, and let's stick together as a team. We at City are prepared to answer questions. Our social media is active. Our offices, of course, are closed, but you can certainly reach me. You can reach the city manager. You can reach police department, fire department, because they're on it. In fact, while we wait, they're working on plans for recovery, as I'm sure all the other municipalities in the county are doing. It's the one thing we can do, we wait. But if you don't trust us, trust nature. You can't afford not to.
I'd like to thank Beaufort County for all the information they passed on to YMC, and we at YMC, we've been passing it on to the citizens, and I think we're well prepared. Police department, they on standby and working on it already for the past week, and will continue. And everybody seems to have a good sense of what's happening. And I appreciate, like I say, everything y'all have done. Thank you.
Good afternoon. All schools obviously are closed, as well as any meetings, school-related meetings and school board meetings for this week until further notice. And our safety of our students and our staff is our primary concern at this time, and so we'll be back with more information as soon as it's appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah. Just one comment to put it in perspective. We all remember pretty well Matthew 3 years ago. And when you look at what's being forecasted now, it is significantly greater than what we can remember happened with Matthew. So remember that, remember on what you saw, and then remember that this is potentially significantly greater impact.
I don't know about y'all, but I always enjoy Mayor Billy's comments. They're always fitting, very fitting. Mayor Billy, good job. We'll open it up for questions. If you have any questions, and then there will be some considerations as we progress through the day, whether we do this tomorrow. It's a very good chance we'll probably do this again at 11 o'clock, which will probably be our last opportunity for us to gather and go through things. So questions?
Just to clarify, Jasper County is the only shelter, is that correct? There will not be one in Beaufort County?
The super shelter?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. And as far
correct.
as, and just because I'm seeing a lot of questions coming across the Facebook Live, people will be able to go back onto the islands for right now.
Yes.
Will there be notification prior to closure of those islands? will people
The-
have some notification of that?
The closure of any road or the sea islands or barrier islands will be a part of a reentry.
But as far as if you are gonna close so that people cannot go onto the
Yeah,
island,
let's-
will
let's
there be
don't-
some
let's-
notification?
Let's don't confuse things. As we stated earlier, there is an evacuation in place that starts today at 12 noon. But traffic is allowed to free flow throughout Beaufort County. That includes all roadways within the county. The end. Don't try to make it more confusing than that. That's about as clear as we can get without splitting hairs on which roads and what times and those type things.
So we might not have notification if that changes?
We have free-flowing traffic within Beaufort County during the evacuation that starts at 12 noon. Any changes in that, we'll be putting that information out as soon as we get it.
Can I go back to the shelter question?
Sure.
To elaborate on the shelter question, the Jasper County High School has a capacity of approximately, I think, 2,100 persons. As it becomes near capacity, we do have the ability to open shelters in Hampton. We're working on that now to make sure they're staffed and up and ready, and that's part of the plan. If those reach capacity, then we will open shelters in Barnwell and Allendale. This is, again, all part of the plan. It's just we don't want to open shelters and burn resources that we don't need yet. So the first shelter is the nearest one. There are no Red Cross approved, and Red Cross has the authority on this. There are no Red Cross approved hurricane shelters in Beaufort County. Post-event is a different scenario, but pre-storm, for the storm, there are no Red Cross approved shelters in Beaufort County. Also, transportation, that question has also come up on social media. Palmetto Breeze is our transportation authority. They're part of our plan. They handle emergency support function 1, and they have pickup points listed on their website for this type of event. If you are in need of transportation to the pickup site, call into the call center lines, and they will get you onto the SF1 desk, and we will get you picked up and taken to the pickup point where you'll get on a big bus and be transported to a shelter.
Neil, I think Billy and some of the others said it too, but maybe from you directly, some of the direct understanding. There are a lot of people on Hilton Head who don't feel like leaving, and they don't believe they should leave or will leave by the time they're done, or they may not leave till Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning is a really bad idea because the onset of tropical storm winds are supposed to occur starting Wednesday morning. And again, we work off a timeline just to work off it of 8 a.m. It could be earlier than that. It could be before daylight, depending on the forward speed of the storm. Once tropical storm force winds start blowing across the Hilton Head bridges, it is absolutely unsafe to cross those bridges. And we may end up having to barricade those bridges at that point, depending on conditions, because of the wind. We cannot risk folks going across making bad choices that when we have the opportunity to stop it. Stephanie, can you zoom in on Hilton Head there for me?
And make sure that, Neil, that you cover the causeway. The causeways are actually more dangerous than the bridge.
Absolutely.
So the all of our bridges have causeways.
Absolutely, because there's no guardrails, there's nothing to protect you. You're driving a high-profile Toyota 4Runner, and that catches a 45 mile an hour gust, it'll blow you off the road and you're in the marsh, and you're in trouble. I had Stephanie bring up this maximum envelope of water map here for Hilton Head based on the question concerning Hilton Head, and you can see that about 1/3 of Hilton Head in this scenario is shown inundated with at least 2 foot of water above dry ground. So that's a pretty bad picture. Now that's worst case based on this forecast. But if that happens, if a Category 3 passes within 50 miles of us, that's what it's talking about. So those folks on Hilton Head, they're saying, oh, I'll be okay. Okay, sure.
Questions?
Where and how will people be able to reach law enforcement should they need it in the next few weeks or few days?
911.
Yeah, 911 is the easiest number to remember. I mean, we all know what 911 is for, and those we have plenty of 911 lines that come into this office, in our communication center.
Are there new sandbag operations going on?
You want Neil to answer that? He's an expert on sandbags.
No, I'm not. Getting there, but not there yet. No, there are no sandbag operations in Beaufort County. The city of Beaufort ran a operation yesterday and quickly ran out of bags. I think, Mary, y'all had 1,000?
We
We had more, but we think it runs contrary to the governor's order to be giving.
Absolutely. Because it gives people a false sense of security. In order to do water diversion to the nature we would need it, we would have to do what they do in Louisiana, and that's not happening. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Colonel Baxter requested about 1.5 million sandbags. He just hadn't got them yet, but he's working on it. Questions?
What about hospitals?
Hospitals. Let's cover the hospitals, please.
Beaufort Memorial Hospital will shelter in place, and they will be open as long as it's safe to be open. Hilton Head Hospital will be closed.
Any additional questions? We will notify all of you if we do this same place, same time tomorrow. It's a very good chance we will. Major Bromwich will send out the information on that, and thank you all for coming, and thank you for reinforcing the information that you gathered today. Thank everyone here for doing their part, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
The County Channel is also available on video on demand. Go to BeaufortCountySC.gov, scroll down to Public Meetings, click Watch Now, and then click the Video on Demand button and select your program from the list.
Call the meeting to order.
If you'd like a DVD of this program, click on the link on the right and fill out the order form. And thank you for watching the County Channel.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Beaufort County is constantly changing, and we'll keep you informed. The County Channel, your source for what's happening in Beaufort County. From County Council to the Town of Hilton Head School Board and local events, the County Channel will keep you up to date. For a complete listing of the County Channel schedule, go to bcgov.net, click on the County Channel, and choose your selection. For live coverage of Beaufort County meetings, boards, and commissions, it's the County Channel.
We can't stop a disaster from happening, but we can prepare to survive them. Disaster planning consists of 3 simple steps. Make a plan, build a kit, stay informed. Every family should have a plan for how they will communicate during an emergency and where they will meet if separated. Having basic emergency supplies on hand will not only keep you alive, but more comfortable during the first few days of a disaster. Monitor local radio stations for important information and updates. Visit bcso.net for more information about emergency planning.
Did you know that signs require a permit? Violating this ordinance can result in a hefty fine. For more information, go to bcgov.net/code enforcement.
Good morning, Darrell Owens, Council, and again, it's great to be back here and celebrating the bird's birthday another year, and I am so excited about the turnout, and I'm sure that you all will enjoy the rest of the festivities.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jerry Ashburn on Town Council. What a great day to celebrate the birthday for the birds. This is our 7th year doing this. What a great amenity here in downtown Port Royal. This is a great opportunity for everybody to see some nature and for us to do some real good things with water reclamation. I hope you get a chance to walk the area. And once again, thank you all for being here. I'll turn this over to our mayor, Mayor Sam Murray.
Welcome again to our bird's birthday. I'm not going to hold up the show because it's getting a little warm out here, but at least we got good weather today. I'm going to have Pete to come up, who is the brainchild behind this. So Pete, come on up and get people rolling.
All right.
Let's have a good day for Pete.
All righty. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate that. There's nothing like this on the South Carolina coast. It's unique. It's one of the wonderful points where you can go by here any time of day, night or day, and you will see people walking this thing with their dogs, walking it with their families. But I want to welcome you, and I wanted to thank all of our sponsors for years. Fripp Audubon, Master Naturals programs, all of these folks have sponsored this thing, and it's all been volunteers all the way, so it's a great thing. Everybody got their kazoos. We're going to sing happy birthday.
When the waves swell, the wind blows, and rain starts to pour, you'll ask yourself, how prepared or unprepared are you? Did you board your windows? Protect your home? Secure loose objects so they won't blow away. Bring large items in and low items up. If you're properly prepared, it will help in a big way. Does your family have a plan? Do they know what to do? Is your emergency kit packed, waiting by the door for you? Just because you're not on the coast doesn't mean you're okay. Heavy winds and flooding can wash things away. When a hurricane is near, you need to stay safe. Turn on the radio. Wait for updates. Only leave your home if told so. Grab your bag and go, go, go. Now, if you're home and the heavy wind blows, get away from the windows, watch out for flooding, and protect yourself. You may be without power for a couple days, but your emergency kit should help you to stay. Once the storm is gone and it's safe to go home, be cautious of what's going on. If water's in your path, you have to turn back. Dangerous electricity and things you can't see can hurt you very badly. So before the waves swell, the wind blows, and rain starts to pour, get prepared, make a plan, and protect yourself each and every way. America's Prepare-a-thon. Be smart. Take part. Prepare. Get started today. Go to ready.gov/prepare.